Well, the family musical, of course, full of memorable songs, continues on its record-breaking tour, having sold to date an estimated 15 million tickets. You see just how successful it is. Well, a couple of those away shortly, so keep listening. It could be you going to the Embassy next Tuesday night on the opening night. First of all, let's talk to the main man himself. The star of the show, Joe McElderry, joins me on the line. Joe, hello, welcome along.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. I think the last time you were in Lincolnshire, well, certainly the last time I spoke to you, you were here and you were actually at Skegness with the Evolution tour, weren't you?
Yeah, so that was, I think nearly 3 years ago now for my solo tour. And they were a great audience, so I'm expecting good things this time.
What have you been up to, Joe, since we last spoke?
When I started Joseph last January, I did a 6-month run, and then I kind of thought that was it, and I was going to kind of leave it there. And then they persuaded me to come back and do some more of it for the 50th anniversary tour, and I'm so glad I decided to come back, because we're having so much fun, and obviously coming to Skegness next week, we're in Bradford this week, and the audiences have just been incredible, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, you opened in Bradford, I gather, this week. How did that go, the opening night? Any opening night nerves? Surely not with you.
Well, we've been on the tour for about this is about the 10th week, I think, now. But obviously every week's kind of a brand new city and a brand new press night and opening night. So we kind of all, I think, every Tuesday when we're open somewhere new, we want to set a good impression off for the week that we're going to be there. So everyone kind of always feels a little bit apprehensive on a Tuesday, and then once we get past that one, we kind of get to enjoy it a bit more.
Let's get back to X Factor a moment. It's had a tremendous impact, hasn't it? And shows like that on people like you. You were just 18 when you won it. The 6 series of the X Factor 2009. What can you remember of all that now, looking back?
I mean, it was a very, very intense process. But I had a great time. I was very naive going into that whole competition and stuff. And I think, in a way, that helped a huge amount, because it allowed us to just kind of enjoy it for what it was, and not kind of, now I'm a lot more aware of the industry and the business side of everything, and the business side of the music industry. And I think being aware of that makes you a lot more cautious with things. I wasn't that cautious then, so it kind of just allowed us to enjoy it for what it was and have a great experience.
How important was your family around about that time? Because we see people such as yourself have made stars overnight. Life doesn't really equip you with the skills for something like that when it happens so suddenly, surely. So you must call on a lot of support from your family and your close friends, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, very fortunate, that I've got a very grounded family behind the scenes that work, and some of them work with me actually, and come out on the road and spend time with us and help out where and when they can. So that's been a huge, huge help for me, because I think nobody will protect you like somebody that doesn't have another motive for the reason why they're there. They're just there to support you and be, your support kind of network. So I'm very fortunate that I've got a good support network, and that is 100% the reason why I'm, still around 7 years later, able to do what I do.
Busy week for you next week, isn't it, Joseph? By the way, Andy's called. He's seen the show and says you're brilliant in it. And he says, ask Joe about the inflatable sheep, which are part of the touring show. Joseph.
Yeah, we do have the inflatable sheep. I think they've become more famous than the show itself, to be honest. Everybody talks about the inflatable sheep. They're very temperamental, bless them. But they are a very comedy part of the show, and everybody seems to love them. So if you come in next week, you've got to keep an eye out for the inflatable sheep.
That was not spoilt it too much. So you've been measured up for your loincloth?
No, you haven't.
You've been measured up for your loincloth? You're all ready to go?
Yes, well, the loincloth is certainly the kind of main event for me in terms of the show. I spend most of the show with no top on. So yes, it's all ready. I'm about to put it on this afternoon for another 2 shows here in Bradford. So I'm sure it'll be fine for next week as well.
What about the show, Joe? Just how good is it in the cast?
The cast are wonderful. Really, really talented. All of their voices are incredible. And the show, it's fun. It's fun. It gets emotional at times. It's got a great storyline. There's happy moments, there's sad moments, but it's a great kind of family-friendly event that all ages can enjoy. There's a bit of comedy in there that people will have a little giggle and a laugh to, and I think it's got something there for everyone. And most of all, it goes without saying, Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber's music is just incredible. So that is the, it's not to be missed.
You've got a new album, new single out as well, Gloria. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Gloria is out now, available on Amazon and iTunes and Spotify, and that we released that for Mother's Day as a little treat. And then I have a new album coming out in July, and a brand new solo tour with some special guests going all around the UK right the way through the summer, July and August. But everything's on my website, joemckelderofficial.com, and you can see what's going on in my crazy world.
All right. Listen, we don't want to keep you too long. I know you're performing in Bradford, as you say, today. We were really great talking to you, Joe. Good to see you coming back to Lincolnshire. You're not forgotten us next week. Busy week. We've got a pair of tickets to give away. Hope it goes really well, the rest of the tour. And, of course, we'll try and get as many as we can to see you in Lincolnshire next week.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
Cheers for now. Joe McElderry, of course, X Factor winner.